Next in chapter 18, the chapter that is for us, the parable of the unforgiving servant. Jesus tells Peter this parable. In this parable, our God is the king, and we are the unforgiving servant. And the debt owed to the king represents sin. And so in 1824, it says that one servant owed the king 10,000 talents. Now, 1 talent equates to 15 years of a day laborer's wage, 150,000 years. What's the point Jesus makes here? It's impossible for you to pay off the sin debt to me, and yet I forgive you. So let's contrast this abundant, lavish, immeasurable forgiveness by now quantifying what the unforgiving servant was unwilling to forgive. This is one verse later. This is the next verse. He's fresh off forgiveness. His fellow servant owes him a sin debt of 100 denarii, 100 days, right, to work off this sin debt, just a little over 3 months. It fails in comparison to what God forgave us. And so the problem is that the unforgiving servant accepts this lavish forgiveness from God, but then turns around and fails to extend even a minute portion of that to his fellow brother or sister in Christ. Not only does he fail to forgive him, that's one thing, but he then puts the man in a chokehold, comes for his family, his children, throws them into prison, a place in ancient times where torture was prevalent. Do our actions fit the chokehold metaphor? We who daily walk in the freedom of God's lavish forgiveness, do we fail to forgive our brothers and sisters for sin debts, actual or perceived? Am I just a fan of Jesus, showing up here on any given Sunday, quoting scriptures like game day stats? But when it comes time to show up as a true disciple, when it comes time to forgive, do I seek to emulate the way Jesus forgave? To be a true disciple of Christ, forgiveness is required.